Hi everyone. I've just been back in my greenhouse and just seeing what seeds have propagated over the last couple of weeks. And I've just noticed some of the heliotrope that I put in a couple of weeks ago is now germinated really well. I'm really pleased with it, and it needs pricking out. I just thought I'd explain to you the term pricking out. When I was a young gardener many years ago, one of my first jobs in the greenhouse this time of year was pricking out all the young seedling into seed trays. So once they've germinated, you put them on into seed trays, and it just allows them a little bit more root growth to grow before you either pop them on or plant them out into the garden. Now you've got two types of seed trays. This is the hard plastic tray, which will last you a lifetime if you look after it well. Or also, I've also got these, a friend of mine me some years ago, some of these cedar trays. Obviously they need a little bit more looking after because it's timber, and if you're not careful, if they get too wet for too long, they do rot. But I've had mine a while now, and they do really well. So the choice is yours. So I'm going to use the cedar trays. So initially then what you do is fill your seed tray up with good compost. Now I've just filled it loosely to the top, as you can see there. With your hand, just rake over it just to get it level. And then with this little homemade little gadget, and I expect you can buy them, but it's much easier to use your own, it's just to push the soil down, just tamp it down all around the edges, just to get out any air pockets. You can be fairly heavy with it just to push it into place. And there you can see now you've got a nice little lip around the outside, so that will enable the water just to remain in there rather than run over the edges. And now we can start pricking out. So as I said, the plants I've got is heliotrope. I've already done one tray, but I thought I'd show you what these are like. So as you can see here, I've pricked out this half the tray. These are the seedlings, and when's the right time? Well, the right time to do it is when you get a nice pair of leaves on the plant, like so. I've got some lovely little seedlings there. So what I do, and again you can use any sort of gadget. I've just got this old paintbrush which seems to suit me. It's just underneath the plants, just push the paintbrush or whatever dibber it is you've got in, just raise the seedlings out of the seed tray like you can see there. Okay, now very lightly just hold on to the seed trays, and what I tend to do is just drop them on the surface of the seed compost. Oh, I've got a worm there. Oh, how strange. And there you go. You gently tease them apart, and there you have a lovely seedling. And as I said before in previous videos, if you gently hold on to the leaf, there you go, and that's a little seedling with a good root growth. So with your dibber, or in my case the end of a paintbrush, make a little hole in the soil that you've just pushed down, drop the seedling in, and then very gently just firm it into position. Now how many in a seed tray? Again, it depends on yourself. I tend to put 6 across the seed tray. So, and if you gently mark out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 widthways, and there we go. So just again, just watch me push these little seedlings in, and again, so you can see some of these seedlings are really tiny, but if you hold really gently, and I am being very gentle, hold them by the leaf, make the little hole, and just gently push them in position. Let me do a couple more for you just so you can see. So lift from their seed tray position, drop onto the compost. There we have a nice little seedling. Tease it apart from the soil, and there we go. And again, make a hole, and then gently firm into position. So there you are. You should get 24 in a seed tray. I've got probably a couple of seed trays worth there, so that's going to be some nice plants for me for going into the garden later on. I tend to, when they get to again 2 or 3 inches, I may pot them on into 3-inch pots, or I might just put them straight into a cold frame just to harden off before I plant them out in the middle of May. Okay, so that's pricking out. I hope you enjoy this task that you've got to do in pricking out, and happy gardening.